give us what? 4.8. 4.8. Then plus. Okay, guys. Good afternoon, good morning. Wherever time you are watching me, I want to teach you guys today on what? On simultaneous equation. Simultaneous equation. Now, simultaneous equation is a type of equation that is in a linear format. Is in a linear format, and they are always what? They are always two. They are always two. So what we normally do is that we use different methods in order to solve them. We use different methods to solve them, and the method which we use in solving them is one. We use the elimination method. The elimination method. We use the substitution method, and then lastly we use what? The graphical method. Now, I know many students will be finding this substitution method a little bit harder. You understand? Because of the process and the steps which is being involved in this substitution method. But don't worry, I will teach you how you understand it without even. In fact, it's the most easiest among all of them. Substitution is the most easiest. And for those of us that we have been finding difficult in plotting the graph of a linear equation, don't worry, I will teach you guys how to plot the graph of a linear equation. So without wasting our time, we'll quickly treat the elimination method, which is the first one for us today. The elimination method. The elimination method. And we'll be solving two questions for this elimination method. And don't worry, if you are using the elimination method, if you are using the substitution method, you will still get the same answer. You will still get the same answer. The thing is that sometimes the examiner might say use the substitution method. Sometimes the examiner might say use the elimination method. So that's why you need to understand the two of them. You understand? This one, most time they don't normally ask it, but you can still know it. You understand? So these two, sometimes the examiner might say use the substitution method or use the elimination method. It all depends on what the examiner wants. So it is not that when they say use the substitution method, you now say I don't know it, let me use the elimination method. It is what? It is wrong. So stay relaxed and let me quickly explain the elimination method for you. So now this is our question. We have 2x plus 3y is equal to 6 and x minus y is equal to 2. You understand? So this is our equation. So the first thing we do here is just follow the step. The first thing we do here is that we name our equation. We name our equation as equation 1 and equation 2. So since we are using the elimination method, we have to do what? We have to remove x or y from this equation. Now take note, if you are removing x, if you are removing y, you will still get the same answer. So now, what you need to do here is this. Since you want to remove x, before we can remove x, the variable standing in front of x must be what? Must be the same. You understand? Must be the same. So for us to remove this x, we do what? We multiply equation 2 by what? By 2. Now we are not multiplying by this 2, we are multiplying by this 2. We are not multiplying by this one, but it's by this 2 that we are multiplying with. You understand? So we multiply equation 2 by what? By 2. So when you multiply equation 2, you are multiplying everything. 2 times x will give us what? 2x. 2 times y will give us what? 2y. Equals to 2 times 2 will give us what? 4. So we name this as what? Equation 3. We name this as what? Equation 3. So we now do what? We now subtract equation 1 from equation 3. We subtract equation 1 from equation 3. So this is our equation 1. We bring it, which is what? 2x plus 3y equals to 6. And then we have what? Our equation 3 now, which is what? 2x minus 2y equals to what? Equal to 4. So now we subtract. We put our subtraction sign here. So since this is what 2x and this is 2x, it will cancel each other. So this is what? The elimination. We have eliminated what? X from the equation. We are now left with what? 3y, and we are now left with y and what? Our constant here. So now what we need to do here is this. We want to subtract equation 1 from equation 3. So when you want to subtract, don't forget, many students will say 3 minus 2, which will give us what? 1. But in this case, it doesn't work like that. How we apply here is that we say plus 3 minus 2 plus 3 minus 2. When you put that into your calculator, you will have what? 5y. Instead of you having what? Y only. Because 3y minus 2y will give us what? Y only. But you are not doing it like that. You are minusing with the sign in front of them. So 3y plus 3y minus 2y will give us what? Will give us 5y. So 6 minus 4 will give us what? Will give us 6 minus 4 will give us what? Will give us 2. So to get our y, we divide both sides by what? By 5. Divide both sides by 5. So automatically we have what? We have 5y equals to 2 divided by 5 divided by 5. Here cancel here. Our y is equals to 5 here. 0.4 for what? For our y. So since we have 0.4 for our y, we now carry this one, this y, substitute into what? Into equation what? Equation 1. Take note, substitute into what? Equation 1. We are not substituting into equation 2 again, because it was equation 2 that we use in order to get what? Equation 3. You understand? So now, moving further, we do what? We say substitute y, which is equal to 0.4 into equation 1. Into equation 1. Please don't make that mistake by substituting it into equation 2. No, we are not substituting into equation 2, but into what? Equation 1. So our equation 1 is what? Is what? 2x plus 3y equals to what? Equals to 6, which is our equation 1. So substituting, we have what? 2x plus 3 into bracket 0.4 close bracket equals to what? Equal to 6. So here we have what? 2x plus times 0.4 will give us what? Will give us 1.2, which is equal to what? Equals to 6. So in this place here, we do what? We collect like terms. We collect like terms. We collect like terms. So in collecting like terms, this one, which is what? 1.2 will go this side. Since it is crossing the sign of equality, the sign will do what? The sign in front of it will change. So definitely we have what? We have 2x is equals to 6 minus 1.2. Don't forget, the reason why this sign is changing is because it is was crossing the sign of equality. You understand? The sign of equality. So definitely we now have what? We now have what? 2x is equals to what? 4.8. 4.8. We divide both sides by what? By 2. Divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. Yeah. So definitely we now have what? Our x is equals to what? Is equal to 2.4. Our x is equal to 2.4. Now you have gotten what? You have gotten x. You've gotten your y as what? Y is 0.4. X is what? X is what? 2.4. Now, how can you check if your what? If your answer is correct? How can you check if your answer is correct? When you carry this x and y, when you bring them and substitute into what? Into equation 1 and 2, you will get what? You will get, for equation 1 you will get 6. For equation 2 you will get what? You will get 2. Now this is it. Let's take it here. Let's say we have what? Check. Oh, you can always check. That's why it is good for you to practice. It is good for you to practice. The moment you keep on practicing, the more you understand all these things. So now equation 1 is what? 2x. 2. Let's just go direct. 2 into bracket what? Our x is what? 2.4. Then plus 3, and our y is what? Our y is what? 0.4. So this thing, by the time the final answer was supposed to give us 6 to know if we are correct or not. So give us what? 4.8. Then plus will give us 1.2. 1.2 plus 4.8 will give us what? Will give us 6. So definitely our answer is what? Our answer is correct. So now let's quickly check for what? For equation 2. For equation 2, we have what? Our x is what? 2.4 minus our y is what? 0.4. Definitely the final answer is what? Is 2. So to tell you that our solution is what? Is correct. So this is how elimination method is being what? Is being worked. Now remember, we use what? We use equation 2 in this case. You understand? We use equation 2. But in the next question, we'll be using what? We'll be starting from equation 1. You understand? We'll be starting from equation 1. Now, this is what? This is our second equation that we want to look at. Now, we have x plus y equals to 7. 2x minus y equals to 3. So, this is what? Our equation. As I've told you earlier, the first thing you do is that you name your what? Your equation. This is what? Equation 1. This is what? Equation 2. Don't forget, that's the first thing you need to do. Equation 1 and equation 2. So, you now look. What am I going to eliminate here? Okay, if you want to eliminate y, you can see that y is already standing beautifully on his own. You can decide to eliminate it. You understand? But I want to use equation 1 now. Since we started with equation 2 the last time, let's use equation 1 now, and let's eliminate what? Let's eliminate x. Let's eliminate x. We do what? We multiply equation 1 by 2. Multiply equation 1 by what? By 2. By these 2 here. Because why? We want to eliminate x. We want x to stand on its own. We want to eliminate x. So now we move further. We have what? 2 times this will give us what? 2x plus 2y equals to 7. This is what? Our equation 3. How did we get this? 2 times x will give us 2x. 2 times y will give us 2y with the sign, and then 2 times 7 will give 2 times 7 will give us what? Will give us 14. 2 times 7 will give us what? Will give us 14. So now we do what? We subtract equation 2 from equation 3. Subtract equation 2 from equation 3. So we bring it here. 2x minus what? Minus y equals to 3, which is our equation 2. And then we have what? 2x plus 2y equals to what? Equals to 14. So we subtract. So for you to subtract, what do we do here? We eliminate this from this. So we have minus plus 2. Minus, which will give us what? Minus 3y, which is equals to 3 minus 4 equals what? Minus 11. So divide both sides by what? Divide both sides by minus 3. This cancel this. This cancel this. This cancel this. Divided by minus 3. We have what? Our y is equals to 3.67. Although we have 3.666 like that, but I just approximated it to what? 3.67. So now we have our y here. So for us to get our x, don't make that mistake. You know, we got our equation 3 from what? From equation 1. So we don't need to substitute y into what's it called? Into equation 1 again. But we'll substitute our y into what? Equation 2. So bringing our equation 2 here, we have what? 2x minus y equals to what? Equals to 3. This is our what? Our equation 2. So in bringing it here, we have what? Our y has what? 3.67. So we just say 2x minus, just put it direct, which is what? 3.67 equal to what? Equals to 3. So in this place here, we do what? We collect like terms. So we have what? We have 2x equals to 3 plus 3.67. Now when this one is crossing the sign of equality, it becomes what? It becomes plus. So now we have what? 2x equals to what? 6.67. So we divide both sides by what? By 2. Divide both sides by 2. 2 here, cancel here. We have what? Our x, which is equals to what? 3.34 approximately. So let's check if our answer is correct. So now for us to check for equation 1 and equation 2 if our answer is correct, already I've told us that if you want to check by the time you add your x and your y, it will always give you this and this. So now for equation one, we have what? We have x plus y, which is what? 3.34 plus 3.67. By the time you put this into your calculator, you will have what? 7.1, which is what? Approximately 7, So for equation 2 here, we have what? We have 2 into bracket our x, which is what? 3.34 close bracket minus 3.67. So by the time we multiply this, 2 times 3.34, which will give us what? 6.68 minus 3.67. We have what? We have 3.01. So you can see that approximately we have what? We have 3. Approximately we have what? We have 3. In this place, you can decide to say it is what? 3.01, but approximately you can say it's what? It is 3. And also if you approximate this, you also have what? You also have 7. So that is how our answers are being checked using the elimination method. We'll still be solving the same question using the substitution method. So if you want to know more on the substitution method, you just do what? You just stay back, feel relaxed, and see how we solve for the substitution method. If you have watched this video up to this time, just quickly like, subscribe, and also do what? To share this video to other people so that everybody will see and also learn. If you have your junior ones who are in need of this particular topic for their exams, share this video to them so that they can learn as well. You understand? So this is how elimination method is being solved. Let me explain this one more time before we round up. So the first thing is that we have our equation as what? X plus y equals to 7 and 2x minus y equals to 3. Check that video for me. Equals to what? Equals to 3. So the first thing you do is that you do what? You name your equation as what? Equation 1 and what? Equation 2. So by the time you name your equation 1 and equation 2, you look for what you want to eliminate. Here. If you are eliminating x or if you are eliminating y, you will still get the same answer. But to be on a safer side, is for you to do what? It's for you to always eliminate the number standing in front. That's the variable standing in front, which is the unknown standing in front. So by the time you do what? For you to eliminate this, we multiply equation 1 by what? By 2. How did we get our 2? Our 2 is from this one, because we want to make the variable to be what? To be the same thing. So 2 times x will give us 2x. 2 times y will give us what? 2y. 2 times 7 will give us what? 14. We name it as what? As our equation 3. So we subtract equation 2 from what? From equation 3. Now take note, if we have gotten equation 3 from equation 2, we would have said subtract equation 1 from equation 3. But since we get our equation 3 from what? From equation 1, we do what? We say subtract equation 2 from what? From 3. So now if you subtract, this is our what? Our equation 2, and this is our equation 3, which is the new one we eliminate, which is what? We cut out. So we now have what? Minus y minus plus 2y will give us what? Minus 3y. 3 minus 14. 3 minus 14 will give us what? Minus 11. So we divide both sides by what? Minus 3. We get what? 3.67. So we use this y, we bring it into what? Into our equation 2. You will not substitute this y again into your equation 1, but you will substitute this y into your what? Into your equation 2, which is what we have here. we bring it here. We say this is our what? Our equation 2. Let me quickly name it. Our equation 2. So what we do here is that we say 2y minus our 2x minus 3.67 equals to what? Equals to 3. So we collect like terms. We transfer this one to this side, which we arrive this, and then we divide both sides by 2 to get what? To get this. And then we did our check. So don't forget about this check. It will help you both in the elimination method. It will help you both in the what? In the substitution method. So thank you guys for this video. I really appreciate. Thank you.